Welcome back to Retire Too Soon, and today we're going to be taking apart the dash to replace the heater core. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe, and if this is helpful, please like the video. First thing you're going to want to do is disconnect your batteries. Then take a Phillips and take out the screw. This is on the passenger side up front here, so you can pop off this panel. Once you get the screw out, pop this up, take your hands back here, unpop it, and then it just comes right out. And then repeat on the other side, driver's side. Once you get both sides out, you're gonna wanna take off this cover that's right underneath the steering wheel. It's gonna be Phillips. Grab it from the top and from the bottom, and gently just pull it out. And then set it down. Next, you're gonna wanna remove this off the column so you can drop it so it doesn't break. Take it, and then this off, and then this comes down. Try to do it one-handed. There you go. Now on your steering column, there's two 10mm, one on this side and one on this side. Take them off, hold the column as you do it to relieve pressure off the nuts. Then when you set it down, have a cloth or something so you don't cut any of the wires. And if it's automatic, make sure you move down the gear shifter so it's out of the way of the dash. Next, you want to remove this cover. It's on the center hump of the transmission. Once you get done taking the two Phillips screws out, it does pull straight out. Once you get the cover off, you're going to have two 10mm bolts on both sides. Next, on the passenger side, underneath the glove box, you're going to have these two wires you need to disconnect. That's what it looks like when you pull them down. And now disconnected. There's 5 8mm screws on top of the dash. And then one way over there. Alright, next you want to loosen or take completely out. It's 13mm. There's one on the driver's side, one on the passenger side. I would recommend doing the driver's side first. Make sure you have something you put it on, either a block of wood, something to support the dash when you move it back. And when it's all loose, carefully take it back, set it down on your block of wood, or use a tow strap to secure it so it doesn't move or break. Just be careful. I removed the screws completely. Coffee break. And it says there's supposed to be rain in like 30 minutes, so I guess I better hurry. This is how I'm supporting the dash. If you look in there, you can see the heater core. And next you're gonna want to remove the hoses out of the engine compartment. So you're gonna want to remove the hoses that go through the firewall in the engine compartment. Make sure you have something so you can catch any fluid that comes out. Once you get the hoses removed, there's gonna be two Phillips screws. One you can see there, it's that clamp. And the other one, if you follow it down, there's gonna be another one that's holding them together. Alright, the next fun thing to do is you gotta cut the lines because there's gonna be no way to pull it through, which how tight it is. So get a Sawzall or something and cut the two pipes. After you remove both them clamps, there's gonna be two Phillips screws on the top one and one Phillips screw on the bottom one. And the bottom one is pretty hard to get to. If you have a very small Phillips, it'll make your life a lot easier. Have a little blue towel to clean up a little bit of the coolant, and then you can pull it straight out. Be careful, try not to make a mess, and just have some blue rags or something to soak up what little is gonna spill out. I got tired of fighting the hose because they're heated on there and it was taking way too much time. So after I got done cutting it, I just fed it through the firewall. Now would be a great time to replace your heater hose. Here's a look at the old heater core. Looks like it was leaking on the top there on your left. It looks the same on the other side. Here's what the top looks like. Here's the new heater core Obviously I got it at Napa. This is what it looks like in the box. Might be a good time to try to clean all that up before you put the new one in. Remember, there's not a lot of room here. So what you want to do is get the tubes lined up with the holes, slide in like this, and then carefully work the core down into the box. All right, slowly work it, take your time, make sure it's lined up with them holes, going into the engine compartment. All right, just wiggle it around a little bit, make sure it's lined up, and it should just drop down and push through the hole. All right, make sure it's all lined up with the holes going into the engine compartment. It should slide right down and be installed. All right, once you get it in laying flat, put it on the clamp. Don't forget the ground wire and the other clamp that goes a lot lower. And you just want to go in reverse order and put everything back. All right, hopefully you can hear me. Before you get it all back together, you want to try to bleed the system. You want to check all of the leaks around the firewall and make sure something's inside the cab. It's the next day that rainstorm came in. We got some heavy rain. So while you're bleeding it, checking for leaks, good way to tell if you're getting coolant through the whole system. If you go over to the hose carefully, because it's going to be hot, check the inlet and the outlet hose, and both of them should be getting warm to hot. And that's how you know you're getting fluid through it. A little trick. But make sure you have no leaks, and then put everything back together and secured. And then check to make sure you have heat in the cab. Now I have hot air blowing out of the vents, and I don't have any of that Mountain Dew dripping everywhere. Thanks for watching. I hope it was helpful. I was a little nervous, kind of scared. I didn't want to break my dash, you know, that whole second gen problem. So, but I completed it, you know, like most stuff, you know, it's just nuts and bolts, and you gotta learn and try it. Otherwise, you're never gonna learn. So, give it a shot. Hope it motivates you. Hope it helps you out. And it's not as bad as I thought it was gonna be. So please subscribe if you haven't done so already, and like the video if it was helpful. Thanks for watching. Bye.